Greetings and salutations, everyone. The long awaited and long promised Session 1 of our Star Wars Living Force campaign is here today. I've actually got almost all the players. We're just missing two, Theta Zord and Ian. Ian is unfortunately at work, and I haven't heard back from Theta Zord, so we're just going to go with what we've got since Session 1 is what today will be, and it is entitled The Milk Run.
You're doing what fathers never can do.
Yes, the Milk Run will be a very simple little adventure of the ship making a milk run, carrying some passengers who are trying to set up a trade route that they will be commissioning the shipping company to establish for them, selling their furniture to rich people across the galaxy. Yay! Customized furniture. What they're telling everyone. Nothing is simple in Star Wars now, is it? Now then, everyone.
Yes.
Your ship's captain of the Golden Rule, the Wayfarer, the Wayfarer class freighter that you guys are the crew for, has decided to allow Horfuk to handle this on his own while they're dealing with some stuff back on Coloran. Since, as far as they're concerned, this is a simple little thing. All you're doing, the entirety of this charter is literally you just taking them with some of their wares to visit 3 planets: Coruscant, Alderaan, and Onderon. Those 3 planets. That's all you're going to have to hit.
Nice.
And you're showing off some of their best wares that they have, which is handmade furniture that is exquisitely done and so forth. Amongst the passengers you're carrying is a Falleen businesswoman, interpreter, who is the owner of the company that is making these things and is going to be selling them, and her little entourage, which includes 2 other Falleen, a human Mandalorian, and a Twi'lek, if I remember right. Now, most of the work that you're going to be doing, take them there, keep them safe, and bring them home. Like I said, it's a simple milk run. Nothing big, nothing bad. Pretty simple. So, I think you can handle this. And
luckily, no one in the party is a father, so we'll actually be able to do this.
Thank you, Captain.
Shut up.
Off you go. And as you guys are getting ready for departure, Leo and Ellie are doing their usual pre-flight stuff. Ellie's going about fretting over the fact that she's got passengers to be watching out for as the manifest droid. Leo is dragging the ship's mechanic with him as they're going out. Because, as I said, Leo is very fastidious about the ship. He doesn't want anything to go wrong with the ship. He makes sure the ship is in perfect running condition at all times. While Ellie, she's always concerned about it being dirty and making sure that the passengers' experience is perfect. So, as Leo is doing his pre-flight, he's got both the mechanic and the pilot with him doing pre-flight checks outside first. Then the pre-flight moves inside. As he is being his usual fussy self and remarking about certain items that need to be needs to have some preventive maintenance to be done on them after they get to where they're flying to make sure that you can get that all done, Zach. He turns to August and says, "Are all the weapons secured?"
What's that?
What's that? You cut out.
He's talking to you.
Oh. Who?
Why?
What'd you say?
No, he's August. Are the weapons ready? Are they secured?
Of course, sir. All weapons are secured and counted for.
Well, then let's get ready to go.
Bet.
As you notice that your passengers are all nice and secured in their staterooms. The cargo had already been brought aboard and secured. Some of the stuff you actually got to see because it was too big to be put into crates. Nice, exquisite tables and chair sets, things of this, and a really ornate bed that included the curtains that go around it. You can tell this is some fancy, expensive stuff that they've made. If you want to make an appraisal roll, y'all can. So you got that skill, you can make an appraisal roll. If I remember right, Orphic has that.
Man, I could turn this antique couch into a gun.
Is that a D20?
Yes.
Give me a moment here.
One second.
Just a moment.
There we go.
Okay, 7.
Okay. It's nice.
Nice.
And it's worth what they're asking for it. It's not for you. It's not as good as Wookiee handcrafting and carving.
Yeah, of course.
For you, yeah, okay. I can see somebody liking this. It's nowhere near as good as what the Wookiees could do, but hey, not everybody can be as good at woodworking as Wookiees.
What's the name of that wood? What's the name of the Wookiee wood? I forget off the hand.
I can't remember either.
It's like a really nice. It's
Orphic.
Huh?
It's Orphic.
Really?
That sounds like a name of another species.
But anyway, everything's secured as y'all are taking off, nice and smooth. It's an everyday occurrence, so I'm not going to make August roll for it.
No, make him roll.
All right, go for it. Roll. Pilot. Yeah, 28. You definitely aced it.
I think I'm gonna... Oops.
All right. Not only is it super smooth, you don't even see a ripple on that cup of coffee that you're drinking. It's perfect.
Just like how everything should be.
Man, you break into orbit,
perfectly balanced.
moving towards where you can make the jump to light speed. You don't have a set of which planet to hit first. It's up to you where you take them first.
Which one's
do you take them to Coruscant first, or do you take them to Alderaan or Onderon?
Which one's closer?
Say Something tells me that it's probably better to get to Alderaan earlier rather than later.
I think Alderaan would be a nice place to visit
Yeah.
No.
on its own, says from her little perch.
All right. You set your course, and boom, off you go to Alderaan.
Oh my God, is it going to be there?
When you arrive at Alderaan, it's not. Remember, this is right before the Clone Wars, so this is
good. Oh, good.
Okay.
all right. As you guys arrive, everything's pretty.
Which
normal.
planet is Alderaan again? I forgot.
It's
Boom.
the one that got blown up in.
Yeah, it's the
A
one that
New
got
Hope.
blown up.
What in
The
New
original
Hope.
Star Wars movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
It's the one that
Leia's
Death
home.
Star
Leia was.
blew up. Yeah.
Yes.
And you are muted, Logan, so they can't hear you.
Uh-huh.
Now, anyway, as you guys are flying in, you can see Alderaan's has got some busy airspace. Right now, from what Ellie is telling everyone, that there is a big festival going on Alderaan, which is one of the reasons why
Is it Life Day?
your passengers are wanting to go there to show off
No.
their wares to try to get people interested in buying their stuff. Right now, what they're carrying on board is not for sale. It is literally, what's the word I'm looking for? Representation of what it is that they're selling. It is like the model cars that set out to say, hey, this is the new upcoming model of
They're like
car that we
they're floor models.
exactly, that's the word I was looking for.
Then what's the point of promoting them?
For them to be pre-ordered.
Yeah,
Have
it's a
you ever seen,
pre-order
like,
deal.
Have you ever seen like a car
Cringe.
dealer? They got like floor models, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
this
like,
ain't no
hey,
car boot sale. We're not doing that.
furniture
Not on my
storage,
ship.
anything like that.
They
Not
go,
like it.
they show
We're
it
doing
off,
that.
show what they can do, and get people to make because most of the furniture that is made that they make is custom. It's it's like with what's the name of that car again? The
Rolls
it's an
Royce?
Italian. Each one's handmade.
Lamborghini.
Um,
I don't know.
they-
It's the only Italian car I know that's actually good.
Bugatti.
But- yeah, the
Bugatti car.
Bugattis. Each
And it's
each
French.
one is handmade. You know and they don't start making it
Mm.
until somebody orders it. That's basically how this is the model that they're going to go with their
Mm.
furniture. You know, every piece of furniture is custom made for that specific.
And please tell me the measurements of all the bones in your hand.
Yes, that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, as y'all get there, you come in, you land where where they tell you to. You guys unload everything, and you're told that we'll be here for the next 2 days, and
Oh,
you guys are supposed to stay out of trouble. Of course,
nah.
Leo and
The big one.
Ellie's like, oh, they're not. They're going to be staying out of trouble because they've got work to do. They're going to be fixing this, doing preventive maintenance on this. Ellie is saying, oh, and then they're going to have to clean this, and so on, blah blah blah. But you're on Alderaan, the nice big one of the nice big cultural places where there's all kinds of really beautiful shit. I mean, there's museums, there's libraries, universities of higher learning, all this cultural goody stuff. You also know that you've got Queen Bella Beria, Beria, I think was her name, is doing a big celebration. Her husband, Bel Organa, is also senator for Alderaan sector, is on Coruscant. So everything's good to go. Now, while you're there on Alderaan, one of your passengers, in fact, it's one of the Falleen that assist the woman who contracted you for this work, comes up to Orphic and says, "Can I speak to you for a moment?"
Yes, of course.
Pulls you to the side and says that there's a few people that will be coming to look for us to talk with us in private. Can we use our stateroom as a office?
What's the nature of these people?
Oh, just the normal business contacts. We would like to make things a little more professional in appearance because we are just starting out as a company.
That would be all right, but I would ask that they pass a simple security clearance.
That's not a problem. But we would like to make sure that our stateroom is secure so we don't have anyone listening into our business dealings.
I'll summon the droid. And then I'm looking to get Ellie and let him know that work needs to be done.
Okay, Ellie's
Not the
female.
damn
Leo
Francis.
is male.
I mean Leo. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Leo.
Leo has no problem with it. Comes up, goes off with her, and a little bit later comes back and says, "They have quite the impressive security package to ensure no one is overhearing them. Quite fascinating. I've never expected to see something so sophisticated for such a young and upstart company. That's quite fascinating."
Can you tell the nature of the make of their technology?
Oh, it's just a simple security counter security system to ensure that no one is eavesdropping on them. You might, if you can, make a appraisal roll from the thing.
And that is a 5.
Never mind.
Yeah, I'm a little distracted today. You know, this is my first major command. I'm not really thinking straight. I'm kind of trying to hold my chest out and puff it out a little bit with the guests, and so I guess I'm just not as good as sharp as I usually would be.
It's all right
That's a
for the
skill
most
tree.
part.
Michael bullshit.
Literal
You
skill
always
issue.
be bad.
My
Okay, let me
character's
check
just
some.
like playing with a
Perhaps
ball.
though, could I ask that the technology expert, I'd ask that the tech expert, give it a look over.
Don't tell me what to do.
That's his job.
You are under my command, you insolent little bastard.
Yeah, just
You
make
know what
a,
happens when I lose at chess. Don't test me, boy.
just
No, I
just make
don't.
a-
I've never played chess with you a day in my life.
just take a just do a quick appraisal roll for me.
Fine. I ain't got no dice.
Hold on.
You should get somebody else to roll it for you.
All
do
right,
you want
Logan,
me to roll?
roll a
Father, could you roll
d20.
it?
D20?
Yeah.
A 15. All right.
Nice.
From what Leo is describing, that's military grade encryption and counter surveillance.
How the fuck do they have that?
You don't know, but
Can I
you do know,
interrogate them about it?
Which military?
you do know that if you've got enough money, you can buy pretty much anything on the black market.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So, and what you do know about, well, actually, make a cash, make a lore check, make a knowledge check.
17 plus whatever modifier. 'Cause
They
knowledge-
call her the Duchess.
Okay.
The-
I don't know
the
what my
woman-
proficiency bonus is, but I think knowledge is probably one of those.
Yes. They call this woman that you're working for right now the Duchess because she is a member, a minor member of the Falleen,
Uh-oh.
one of the many royal families of the planet Falleen. So she is a Duchess.
And is Falleen known for being Falleen are the green ones, right?
Yes, that who
Are they criminally minded? Like, what's the
some can be, but they are also known to produce pheromones that allow them to have undue influence on other members of the opposite sex of various species.
okay?
So,
So
in other words,
they'd be the perfect
he's
people,
a whore.
or a honeypot.
Yes, honeypot works as a good way of describing it.
Yeah, so they'd be a species naturally inclined to be great agents for honeypot operations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
I prefer my word better.
but yes, some have risen to very high positions in the underworld as criminal leaders. In fact, at the moment, the Black Sun is being put back together again by a Falleen prince.
Oh, the Black Sun. Okay.
Oh dear.
That sounds derogatory.
Well, the Black Sun is the name of one of the most notorious criminal organizations in the Star Wars universe. At this point, though, it's quite weak because its entire upper leadership about 10 years ago got completely wiped out right before the Battle of Naboo, the whole blockade and everything that happened in the Phantom
Yeah.
Menace. Right before that happened, the entirety of the leadership wiped out.
Is this
by Darth Maul.
with the Clone Wars lore, or is this predating it?
That predates the Clone Wars, yes.
So it wasn't necessarily Darth Maul that did the wiping out.
No, Darth Maul is the one that did the wiping out.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad they got the lore right. Nice. I didn't realize that the Clone Wars was tying in lore that existed prior.
Yeah. But for this in this game, everything up until the death of Qui-Gon and Darth Maul getting chopped in half is pretty much the same as it was in main lore. It's just that's where the big split happened.
No pun intended.
Yeah, and so yeah, you got
Where
that.
the big split didn't happen.
So, like I said, Qui-Gon Jinn is still alive. He and Obi-Wan Kenobi worked together to train Anakin to become a Jedi instead of just Obi-Wan. And thus you've got an Anakin that actually had somebody who listens to him and somebody who would be his brother and a support mechanism for him to make him a little bit more stable, so we don't have to worry about an unstable Anakin. Though we still have to worry about
so there's going to be no killing younglings.
Yeah.
Well, nobody said that.
No one said that.
Totally no killing younglings. Totally.
But you also have
hell yes.
the fact that, like I said, Qui-Gon is his master. There's a small enclave on Naboo that the Jedi set up because the Naboo demanded it. You know, it's like, hey, we're donating this palace here to the Jedi Order to educate the Jedi.
Educate.
So a lot of Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Anakin spend a lot of time on Naboo because of that. But yes. All right.
Neat.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But you do know a little bit about what happened to Black Sun back then. How literally the few survivors of it said, dude in black with a double-bladed lightsaber wiped everybody out, and the only reason why we survived is we jumped off of a cliff expecting to die at the bottom.
Damn.
And the person that was doing the killing thought we were going to die by jumping off the cliff, so we didn't get chopped up in little bitty pieces, and we barely survived it all. Okay. And the descriptions that they gave was confirmed to look just like the Sith that fought on the side of the Trade Federation during the blockade of Naboo and the Battle of Theed.
So like a red and black Zabrak mail.
Yes, and everybody knows this picture now because it's out there. It's like, have you seen this bitch? If you have, do not approach. He's dangerous, but call the Jedi ASAP.
No, I'm gonna go get tacos with him.
Now, even Chancellor, Supreme Chancellor Palpatine of the Galactic Republic's wanting to find this dude. There's bounties on him, like you wouldn't.
He probably also wants to go get tacos.
Now, while you're going through all this, you know, the Duchess is a very prim and proper young lady, which is benefiting of her royal status because she is a royal duke or royal duchess because, like I said, she's a member of one of the minor members of one of the royal families. Thus, she's wanting to spread her wings a little bit and prove herself, which is why she created this company that she needs y'all to carry her around to show off the wares to get it sold. And here on Alderaan, she's making those first tentative reaching out to aristocracy types saying, this is some luxury items, so on and so forth. And actually, it's doing pretty well during these 2 days. There's been a lot of people coming aboard. Of course, they pass the security checks to get, because you got to pass a security check to get onto the spaceport anyway. Then the screening that you're doing, that you've got Ellie doing, you know, typing it in and everything, and then escorting them in for their acting as the secretary as they do all that. Do me a favor and roll sense motive.
I still got no dice.
No, I'm talking to Cash or
Sorry, it just sounded like you were talking to everyone.
because odds are he's keeping an eye on this because it's happening on his ship.
Bullshit, it's my ship.
You there, Cash?
Cash?
Make a
He is
sense motive
dead.
roll.
It is now 100% my ship.
Make a what roll?
Sense motive.
Sense motive. Okay. All right. 10.
All right. What's the let's see. I can't remember if I still have a copy of your character.
It would be in our you sent me you copy and pasted it to me.
Yeah, I'm not trying to remember where I put it.
I think it's in the Star Wars thing.
It could also be. I'll check our direct messages. Sense motive. What were you trying to figure out if I've got proficiency bonus? Sense motive +6.
Oh,
+6, so 16. Altogether.
And you rolled a 5.
No, I rolled a 10.
All right, 16. All right, cool. All right, cool. That's good. That works. Okay, most of the people that's been coming on board seem totally above board. I mean, you could tell these they're aristocrats. But every now and again, you get a little weird feeling about a couple of them. You know, yeah, they look like an aristocrat with what they're wearing, but the clothes don't seem to. They just don't seem comfortable in the fancy clothes that they're wearing.
Oh gosh, I've got a lot of these things. So I'm just looking at my list of things. Can I try to gather a little information?
Yes.
Okay, so I rolled a 14 and I've got a +12, so that's a 26.
All right. The nouveau rich is the term used for those people.
Okay.
I.e., they're
New money.
they're very much new money people. That
Bruh,
most
they're the worst.
most aristocrats, you know how they look down their nose at them. Well, on Alderaan, they're they're avoiding them. Types on there. After y'all get finished on Alderaan, the Duchess, you know, she's really happy, thanking you for how well this is all going. She's like, I've got so many orders for all this furniture, and this is amazing. This is working out. This is going to work. This is going to work. I am going to make my own. I am going to make my own place in society with this. I will not have to rely upon my family's money. I am going to do this. Ah, yes. Next up, she asked, all right, we need to go to either Onderon or Coruscant for the next setting.
Yeah.
Because
I've got a +10 to knowledge of business earlier. I wish I'd realized that.
Yes.
Okay. But I guess, let's see. Wait, which one's Onderon? Remind me.
That's the planet of the great beasts.
Oh, hell no.
And if you watch the Clone Wars TV show, it's the
No.
place where Saw Gerrera is from.
Who?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Saw
Yes.
Gerrera. He was also in Rogue One he was played by Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, the guy that's made of like half dumpster parts.
Yes, he was also in
Oh,
the
what,
Jedi
the
Fallen
robot?
Order.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy that's like half robot with the funny eye.
What about the Force? Was he also in the Force Unleashed
Off
game?
robot?
Where he
I
had
don't think he was in
militias?
Force Unleashed, but he
No,
was
he
in
was in-
Jedi Fallen Order.
He was also in Andor.
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
But
he
I
was in
can't-
Andor.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, no, Saw Gerrera he looks like if somebody rummaged through the bin where Robbie the Robot was thrown out and put their body together from it.
Yeah, I still don't know what you're talking about.
If you see a picture of him, you'll understand what I'm saying.
Hold on.
Might also need a picture of Robbie the
All
Robot.
right, give me a second and I'll show you.
Someone in the
All
chat.
right, give me a second
going to
and I'll
left.
pull it up.
Oh, people are here. Who's that?
You're welcome, guys. I just, posted something in one of my Discords that I'm part of. We got viewers.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Hello, viewers.
Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
I hope that you're having fun. This is us sharing things that we love, which is Star Wars. Let's see, where did I put you?
Yeah, Saw Gerrera is like a prototype. Like
There
Robbie
we
the
go.
Robot.
All right.
Like Pinocchio stopped a third of the way through.
Uh,
All right, this is. Let's see if I can make it share this picture of him right before he died that everybody can recognize easy. No, wrong page. There we go. Share screen. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
No. There we are. All right, that's Saw Gerrera before he
Oh,
died.
my
That's
bad.
not what he looks
Yeah.
like at the.
And
At this
that's
point
not
in
Arnold,
time, he's
that's his
still a
body.
kid.
I thought you were talking about
He
the
is-
droid.
No. So that's
The
not
giant,
Arnold.
the giant droid.
That is his body.
Yeah,
He's
he
actually
got
making-
really messed up really, really bad. He's got a artificial breather and everything.
Yeah. He is naked in that photo.
Didn't need to know that, but okay.
Okay, this is what this. Come on, is it opening up or not? All right, let's see if this worked this time. If you guys can see this is what he looks like at this point in time with his sister.
Gotcha.
All right.
Wreck it, Wookiee.
All right, everything cool, but that's Alderaan. It's also known as the planet of beasts. It's also the location where there's a Darth Sith Lord that has a tomb there
Nagasado.
on the moon.
Base.
Nagasado, yes.
Okay. So I'd say, but we're trying to sell furniture, and we've got Coruscant and Onderon.
Yes.
I'm gonna do the crazy thing and say Onderon first.
All
All right.
right.
Nah.
As you guys y'all go to Onderon, and as you arrive, you're going to the main Onderon city, where the big castle is at, where the king lives. And the Duchess is excited. She's like, "This is probably going to be the easiest of our stops, because the king, the royalty here, they just love this type of thing. So thank you so very much to make this stop so easy. We'll also need to utilize the stateroom as an office with the assistance of your droid Ellie, if that's all right."
Can I use diplomacy, given that he's a statesman, to try selling these wares?
If
Could I
you
put a
want,
microphone chip on Ellie
if you want to, you can actually
so
just
we can like
have her repeat
eavesdrop?
everything she hears.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to
Because
try
they
that.
seem kind of sketchy.
Okay, so that's with my bonus. That's a 28.
All right. Yeah, it's pretty
I
easy
need
to
to
help them get everything set up for the sales that they're making, because they're doing pretty good, they've been making some pretty good sales and getting it ready to sell. I mean, they've got orders coming in out the butt, and from what Elliot said, they have a lot, and I do mean a lot of orders coming in. That if they could fill all these orders, they're set. They can get themselves a good foundation and be set for life of selling all this furniture.
From
Mm.
just the sale from on Onderon.
Just from Alderaan, Alderaan.
Onderon.
No, from their first stop, Alderaan.
Oh, the first stop. From the
Yeah.
first stop.
That if they were just taking it there to sell, that they've got a damn good foundation to be a really good export of all this handmade furniture. And in a way, you can tell that Ellie is wondering why that they're hitting the 3 locations to start out with, instead of just focus on the one.
Mm.
Because with the number of orders that they were able to get just from this first stop, like I said, they've established themselves pretty well if they can meet all of the orders that they've just taken. And to fit those orders, it's going to take a while to fill them all, and then pay y'all to carry them to their the furniture to where it needs to go. But it is a long-term contract that y'all have got. Every now and again, they will be contacting you to make deliveries. It's not you're going to be doing nothing but making their deliveries. You're going to be doing all kinds of work, but these people will be contacting you every now and again and say, "Hey, we need you to make a delivery for us." And
Okay.
then they drop off the stuff, you didn't take it and deliver it.
So these people are pretty happy with us as a result of the diplomacy thing.
Yep.
Yes. And
Okay.
the fact that y'all are helping them get themselves established is really.
So while this person feels really good about me, I'd like to try to gather information. Like I want to just try casually asking some questions about, people are dealing with, like any interesting stories they've heard about, whatnot kinds of stuff. I want to try to engage them in conversation and to gather information. And
All right.
I mean, altogether, that's a 2, but I've got a plus 12, so that's a 14.
Well, I'm going to make a recommendation.
What's up?
Take 10.
Take 10?
Yes, take 10. That way you're doing it more casually, not trying to steer the direction. You're allowing them to steer the direction. But yeah, every now and again, you're very casually moving it, so it seems more natural. Because
Okay.
when you roll, it's more along the lines of rapid fire questions. But you can take 10 or you can take 20. Now, if you take 20, that takes yes, it takes a lot longer to get the information, but it's more natural, and they don't get suspicious.
Well, if I take 10, do I still get my bonus? That would
Oh
make
God,
it-
yes, you still get
Okay,
your bonus.
so if I take 10, then that gives me a 22.
Yes, and if you take 20, that gives you a
That gives me a 32.
exactly.
So it's that take 20
And-
like minutes to just chit chat with them.
Yes.
Okay, so sure. I mean, we're on our way between systems, so yeah, it'll take 20 minutes to chit chat.
All right. Yes. She's more cautious about some of the people. She has no problem talking about all the fancy dancy people, but when it came to the nouveau rich, she doesn't really talk about them that much. But her funny stories are usually her talking about the other aristocrats and some of the things that they had said or done, and making fun of how pompous they are.
Okay.
You can tell that the Duchess, yes, she can be, she is royalty, but she's not pompous. She's very pragmatic. Make a sense motive roll for me.
Can I
Art-
do one?
A
Yes.
moment.
Now, you can't, since you are talking to her over a long period of time, you can also take 10 or take 20 with your sense motive with her because you're having such a long interaction with her.
Okay. So I
25?
might as well. I'm just gonna do that. Like we're just gonna chit chat, and I'm gonna take my time.
All right. What was that, Boone?
25?
All right.
Sense motive. I'm not seeing sense motive under my skills specifically just yet, but
It
I'm
should
looking.
be there.
It should be somewhere in there. But I'm just.
Yeah, sense motive is your sense motive isn't that high. It's only a +6.
Only a
But-
plus. Okay, but if I'm taking 20, then that means that he's got a 25, then I've got a 26.
Yes, the y'all's sense motive is really well. Like I said, she's very pragmatic. In many ways, she's more down to earth because, like I said, she is a minor member of the royal family, i.e., as her parents, one of her parents was a prince or a princess. She's not. She is so far removed from order of succession. It's like her only real prospects when it comes to the royal family is who they marry her to. So she's trying to establish herself in her own way right now. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
Okay. So she's out and about trying to establish that she is more than just a baby factory or coinage in establishing a political bloodline alliance type deal. So she's wanting to be able to stand on her own. But you also notice that she is very knowledgeable about a little bit of everything. Let me check something right quick. Your knowledge is okay. You got your alien knowledge, business, galactic affairs, and politics. Is a
Yeah,
plus
I mean,
8.
a lot of stuff I could be looking for.
All right. You can tell that she's very knowledgeable in these subjects, especially when it comes to the galactic affairs and politics. But she's also a little knowledgeable when it comes to knowing who not to piss off in the underworld.
So, like,
Uh,
streetwise.
Say again.
So she's kind of streetwise too.
Yes, she's got some street smarts about her. She's not, like I said, she's very knowledgeable about a lot of things, including some stuff that you don't know anything about. Bunay's a little amazed that she knows stuff about the Jedi Order that most outsiders don't even know.
Okay.
That
All right.
she knows a little bit about the stuff that's going on with the separatists. That does come up, and the fact that Count Dooku, he's been leading the charge for a major reform movement, which is what inspired the separatists to come about, because he left the Jedi Order in the aftermath of what happened in Naboo, saying that the corruption within the Senate is what ended up causing this to happen. I mean, he's been speaking out about how the Senate passed the laws that set things up so the Trade Federation blockade would occur, and then that while the Trade Federation blockade was occurring, there was attempts in the Senate to make it legal, while the brutality of the Trade Federation's invasion and occupation of Naboo was ongoing, and the bad things were happening, and nobody seemed to care about it, and that the Senate was actually trying to pass laws to make everything that the Trade Federation was doing legal. And so his attempts of doing this, and after leaving the Jedi Order, is one of the reasons why when Chancellor Palpatine was when Palpatine got elected Chancellor, and his attempts at reform got a lot of public support, was because of former Master Dooku, now who reclaimed his title of Count, and the position that afforded him to start a major reform movement. After 5 years, it wasn't working. The reforms just were not taking, and it actually seemed that the people that were more in corrupt positions were actually getting a little bit more power than the attempts at reform. Thus, you started seeing the rise of a separatist movement amongst other parts of the galaxy deciding, hey, we don't want to be part of the Republic no more. And thus, you saw the separatists starting to form up. And in many ways, Dooku being the voice in the darkness saying, hey, this is bad, we need to do something about it. And you had other people forming around him saying, yes, if we can't get reforms, we need to leave the Republic and create a new government that's not corrupt. And yes, that's one of the things that ends up coming up during this nice long conversation. She's like, she doesn't trust governments outside of that of her own home planet. In fact, she actually thinks that the galaxy would be probably better off if there wasn't a single government, and it was just like trade alliances that would replace the Senate type deal.
So she's like a separatist mindset.
Somewhat. She doesn't even trust the separatist, because in her words, I don't trust none of them. She's like, to put it in today's parlance, she's a libertarian of libertarians. She doesn't trust government above this, any type of government above this level.
And she probably wants their planet to play something like the role Switzerland would have played, or Toydaria from Star Wars. It's Toydaria.
Exactly.
Toydaria was trying to be independent during the Separatist and Republic conflicts.
Exactly. She, in fact, she hates politics, because to her, she grew up with it. I mean, she's a duchess. And like I said, she's out here trying to establish herself so she doesn't end up becoming a pawn in political power plays of her family. And thus, she's become very street smart, very savvy, and she knows the game and how it's played, and she's doing everything in her power to play that game without selling her soul down the river.
I mean, am I able to find out anything about what's going on in the underworld, kind of like any big things that are happening in the course of this conversation?
Can I try and get a sense of that too?
Yes. If y'all make it knowledge rolls of Streetwise, yeah, go for it.
I mean, I guess 15 altogether.
All right.
14.
You've got your suspicions that she's got contacts in the underworld.
Okay.
That's the best way to put it. You think that she has contacts with the underworld and some of those nouveau rich people that's been coming on and doing orders and stuff. Yeah, that's the feeling you're getting. You don't have confirmation of it, but you got a feeling of it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, good. Now,
Can I pretend to know a little more than I do? And bluff?
if you're willing to make that bluff, yeah, go for it. Give us
So
a
10 plus 15 is 25.
She gives you a look that she doesn't like the fact that you've got that suspicion and you think you know something. But she leans forward and says, if you work with me, I can make you rich.
That sounds good to me. Wouldn't want to. So I just kind of, I mean, in case you didn't get that, I mean, I kind of am going along with it in a way that, you know, hopefully puts her at ease as well.
Let me, Logan, do me a favor and roll me a d20 right quick. All right. She's willing to do something here. She leans forward and says, transactions are always transactual. Remember that. Everything is give and everything is take, especially in games like this, because it's not a game, because the stakes are life and death.
All right.
And then she leans back and says quite simply, what do you think my business is?
Connections.
And she nods her head. Yes. Right now, I am using luxury items to establish those connections. But can you tell what my true and actual merchandise is that I am buying and selling?
It appears to be military hardware.
No.
No? Okay.
Something far more valuable. Something far easier to transport that can't be detected.
Information?
Exactly. Now, if I was doing other things, I would be drawing attention to myself. And we just lost, the Colorian system just lost Rigba the Hutt as its crime lord. Our new crime lord, well, I don't even know what species he is, Narnium is. He always talks about himself in third person. I can't stand that. It's just ridiculous. But he used to be a smuggler. He's a smuggler baron, and he's running the criminal elements in the Coloran system. It's why I set up there, because I knew he wouldn't get involved. Because I'm not smuggling anything other than information. And he won't care. I'm not smuggling slaves. I'm not smuggling weapons or contraband or anything. I am just an simple information broker.
Well, if it ever puts our ship in danger, please let me know ahead of time.
Well, if things go the way they should be, you should not be in any danger. That's why I said, if we work well together, you'll be rich.
Good.
Now, we will be here for 2 days. Same setup as we had on Alderaan. It's sometimes I get the planet names mixed up, of this being Alderaan. All these humans like to name things so similar. It's so aggravating. Oh well. It's time to get back to work.
You're preaching to the choir.
Now, during these 2 days, you guys have some things that you can't be doing. You can be doing the cleanup work on the Golden Rule, or every now and again you could be going out into the marketplaces. Now, I would recommend taking a nice walk in the markets because it's a nice big bazaar. I mean, it's very different from Alderaan because Alderaan's, this big, modern, beautiful place. The markets are all nice and techy and orderly. Well, Alderaan is kind of like stepping back in time. There's a nice big bazaar. It's chaotic, people running around screaming, "Thief, come back with my fruit," type shit.
Nice. Okay. Is there anything particularly good for us? Like maybe some spice or something? I don't know. Like what would be good?
Well, there is legal spice that they have for sale here. There's various types of food, which Ellie, of course, in her doing her job as the manifest droid and making sure that the passengers have high quality meals and things of this nature, since instead of taking, just like on Alderaan, they didn't go out and get a hotel. They stayed on the ship. And like I said, they used their stateroom as an office.
Are there if there were any Wookiee traders, I wouldn't mind trying to look for some information about my family origin with my Reekblade.
Yes, there is. There are Wookiees that some traders. They are also selling a lot of wood carvings and things of this nature.
What about? What are the other members of the party interested in shopping for or looking for generally?
What my character would be interested in shopping for is
I want gadgets.
I need motivators.
I need gadgets. I need AA batteries.
My character would be looking for crystals, honestly.
Those sweet, sweet, succulent AA batteries.
You have a red and white astromech that was in need of a replacement motivator. I would be very happy with that.
Oh, there's several. You can buy some droids here. That's not going to be a problem.
I'm talking about a very specific droid.
Because there are, there's you can find almost anything here. At this bazaar.
What if I buy a replacement of Leo just to piss him off?
You haven't been able to find a decent LE repair droid in a bit, because they're not. They can be common in some areas. Yeah.
What about a security droid for the ship?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, you can find one of those, but you'd have to rebuild.
I could build one of those.
Yes.
Well, okay, then why don't we get one to be rebuilt?
Because they do have parts that you can rebuild. I remember it's called the K4 security droid.
If you happen to have an HK series.
Oh yes, that K4 stands for kill 400 people.
An HK series.
The HK series.
HK, you say?
HK.
Yeah, those are very old.
Don't give me PTSD, my brother.
But reliable
HK.
still.
I mean, they are some great droids.
I mean, come on, meatbags.
That sounds
47.
BRB.
See, where's it at?
All right, we lost a Jedi.
HK.
I mean, I was gone for a little bit and not even noticed.
What was his name? It was HK-43, I think. Right?
Wasn't it HK-47?
Oh yeah. That's it.
Yeah,
That sounds like the name of the.
It's the droid of Revan.
Yeah.
Open it up.
Exactly.
His head looks like a handheld vacuum.
All right, that's a K.
Well,
It's a
meatbag,
K4.
you're smarter than I thought.
His head looks like a handheld vacuum.
Mocking Query.
That is
You
the
see,
K4
Master.
security droid that you've been able to find.
Nah, it looks ugly. It looks ugly.
Yeah, they do.
I don't
That's
build
so
ugly
ugly.
robots.
Yeah, they do.
I never build ugly robots. All my robots are beautiful.
Droid we can afford.
Yes, they're fabulous, even.
Oh, you can
gosh.
you can definitely afford the parts for it because it needs to be fixed and repaired. put back together again.
Does it speak?
Because
anything
usually
of-
they sell for. It all depends on what you program it to speak.
Okay.
But right now, okay, it's brand spanking new. The thing costs $7,500. But because these are just the parts of several destroyed mechs or several destroyed
I wonder
droids
what
that you're going to
color.
be putting back together again, you're able to pick all these parts up for about 500 credits.
Oh shoot! I mean, don't
And
I?
you're buying
I
them
haven't
from
spent any of my 10 grand yet. I think.
Yeah.
because
So, what
you're buying them off of Calico. Yeah,
Wait. Someone's mic is echoing,
it's
and it's like
Rodian.
annoying me. But
it's Logan because they're in the same.
Everything is breaking up. Can you guys hear me?
yeah, I can
Yes.
hear you. Just look, yours and Logan's mic on. Oh,
Uh-oh.
he
Duck of Death.
did.
Let's all
Duck
go
of Death
to the
just
lobby.
arrived.
Let's all go to the
He got
lobby.
sent to the slaughter.
The lobby and grab ourselves a snack.
Looks like I'm the captain now.
Oh, it's me.
No.
It's my blood right, bitch.
Hey! I'm the first officer. If anybody's in line,
Nuh-uh. I'm a straight up blood son.
no, but I'm literally the first officer.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
I mean, I'm the one that
do
can
whatever I
crash this, little ship into an asteroid belt. But hey,
Wait till
just
we get a
Uh-uh.
physical
I can turn into Gru with a gun.
You
You
just wait
better
till we get
kill.
a
okay.
physical punishment is acceptable.
I got a gun.
Autopilot,
Bowcaster.
disable anything. I'm
Got
gonna
a
put this on
caster and
autopilot, break it so you guys can't fix it.
Oh yeah.
Was that the Kool-Aid man I hear?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
If the Kool-Aid man just breaks through the wall of our ship whilst we're flying in the middle of space going, oh yeah, and then we all fucking die.
Oh yeah. This
Oh,
smells
yeah.
good.
Oh yeah!
Like, oh no, we've been shot in the hull. Oh no. Oh yeah.
Oh
And then he
no!
sucks
Oh
out
no!
his-
No! Oh yeah!
Oh yeah.
You ever see the
Hey, yo,
cool
that's a
man
separatist
trees in the
command
cold
ship.
thing?
We crashed into that. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah!
Like, I was just hearing the deflation.
I don't know why, but I just randomly have the urge to just commit a war crime.
So, Logan, can you gather us any information on the whereabouts of Mr. Spake?
All right. Currently, he's just having computer troubles.
Uh-oh.
I think his computer just straight up crashed.
Ah,
Like fully.
so, is the computer itself on the reboot, or is it on
Okay.
still unboot?
The browser is not responding.
Ooh. Mhm.
Ooh.
He should restart the computer.
Then the whole like task manager force exit program / reboot, or does he need to go full on hardware reboot?
That's a good question.
Go forth and desist.
He is enlisting the help of Task Manager. He'll be sent to kill.
All right. Has he gone? Just make sure he goes to the process for end process.
Oh, that's a nat one. I think I'm gonna die.
Good.
Man,
Mwahaha.
that's how end process works.
That's a 6. I do like a 6.
I've got. This is the D20 game with like the highest bonuses I have for these skills. Like I love being like
So nat
just,
20.
I love being a freaking
I
Wookiee that's
love
got a
being
plus
the
12 to
most overpowered person on the team.
I'm like, oh, diplomacy plus 12. I'm like, heck yeah.
Yeah, being
we
the
just
strongest
are
person in
pretty
a
good.
campaign is like a pretty fucking brilliant feeling.
Yeah.
Like I once played a character who was practically a god, and he could turn into a Tarask.
Bruh.
Like I could straight up just turn into a Tarask whenever I wanted. So like whenever shit got too hard for the party, I just like, you guys get out of here, I'm gonna turn into a Tarask up in this bitch.
I'm a Hulk out.
That's
And another thing is, I could also teleport
wait, Taras,
and like have acid spill.
Whoa, Tarax teleport behind you.
So yeah, I could just turn into a giant ass Tarask and teleport.
Ah, you see, I'm perfectly safe in my fortress against the. Oh, that's a Tarask in my bedroom. Please help.
Yeah, I'm a Tarask in your room, fucking your wife.
No.
I'm not into this.
You just got cucked by a god bitch.
Zeus, what are you doing here?
I mean, that is kind of his MO.
Yeah,
Kind of exactly. And he
Uh-oh.
does it like
Difference
as a
is I
swan.
would win against
He'll
this.
be like, I'm gonna turn into a swan and get your wife. Like I don't even need to be remotely human. I've got a
Because
corkscrew.
apparently Greek women just are in a bestiality.
Apparently.
Well, I don't know if into that was really a part of the deal.
Oh wait, yeah.
Necessarily.
There's a magical
mean-
word called consent.
Some of the
What was
time,
that?
but Zeus was not so discriminating.
If it had a
Mhm.
hole, it was a goal.
Yeah, really. That's where some of the Titans came from.
Jesus Christ.
It's like, why are you half tree? It's like, well,
My
the origin
mother
of
was
the
fucked by a tree.
the origin of the Hamadryads. He's like,
Don't
damn
do that.
looking tree.
Ugh. See,
How is Monsieur Spake?
He is still struggling.
Has he tried a hard reboot?
Sometimes.
Hard reboot. That man has so many tabs open.
Okay,
That is why.
is he trying a power cycle, like a full-on fuck it all power cycle?
Are you gonna try a full-on power cycle? I'm not completely rebooted.
I apologize for my language, YouTube.
I'm just trying to get the day.
Don't apologize.
I mean,
You said people fucked up shit.
struggling right now to get.
he's not monetized yet, so it won't be.
Oh shit.
I think he's just trying to get the browser back.
Yeah,
Based.
Browser's back.
I mean, hey, if worst comes to worst, we could always have my dad use your mic.
They
Yo,
all.
yeah, this is also true.
I mean-
Sorry, the browser crashed.
I see.
It is okay.
Anyway, where was I?
I have
Underon.
no idea.
We have
Cut off.
completed our business on Underon, I do believe. Or
Yes,
we have
we do.
Yeah, right. On that's right. We were on Alderaan talking about the
The
yeah,
HQ
you're in the
series.
market thinking about buying this.
Yes. Yes. And I think for
I don't
5
want to buy it.
credits, yes. I think that
I ain't buying it.
You can buy it for
You are-
500
yeah,
credits.
that is
No,
true.
not buying it.
You are not buying it, but you will be tasked with repairing for the show.
No, not doing it. It's too ugly. Not doing it.
Okay, then forfeit your pay.
No.
Okay, then Bill.
You can't tell me what to do. You're not my dad.
I am literally your boss.
You're not my
He's your
dad. Don't tell
boss.
me what to do.
All right. So would you be comfortable playing the new hire after I fire your ass?
Nah. I will turn him into a nuke.
All right.
Now,
all
let me
right,
see.
all right.
There might be a All right, hold on. Let's take a look
We
here.
can find better
Actually,
combat
you could
droids.
get one of these. You could buy. There's a couple of damaged police droids you could get.
Ooh.
Yes, make their
They'd have
violence
to
racially
rebuild.
motivated.
Xenophobia. Make it Xeno related.
Ooh.
'Cause they do have a couple of these that are really badly damaged that could rebuilt and brought back online. Hold on. Can you see the whole thing, or
Yeah, we see the whole thing.
Yeah, we
Maybe.
do.
work?
All right.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see something real quick. Can I do? All right. Will
Yes,
you
this is
honor?
this is one of the.
Check.
I don't know.
So,
What's
so talking to the mechanic to repair the fucking droid that I'm willing to buy.
That's where the Wookiee grabs you by the short and curlies.
Yeah, right.
Huh?
So that's a 22 to intimidate.
What's going on?
So
That's where he picks you up by your short and curlies a little bit.
Yeah.
be like, you will repair the fucking
He's-
droid.
Fine, I'll repair the
And
fucking
I
droid,
roll
but only because I
22
want
for
to, okay?
intimidation.
But not
Will
because
you,
you,
will
not
you
because
honor
you're
a
telling me
22?
to. I'll do it, but not because you're telling me to.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's gonna
All
do
right. You know what? I put him down and buy the first one.
All right.
I'm gonna name him Tesco.
You've got enough to. There's enough parts there to actually build. It's like the remains of 4 K4 security droids, and you're able to rebuild all of that as one droid from all the little
I'm
parts.
gonna name him Tesco.
The 500 credits.
He only speaks Cajun Creole, but
Now-
it'll do.
The droid's pretty. More than likely, it'll have a few glitches because, well, it's made from the parts of a whole bunch of destroyed droids.
Yep.
But yes, that's you're able to acquire it's going to take a while to get it back up and running. Plus, it's also going to rely upon the craft droid skill check that Zach will have to make a couple of those while fixing and repair
Fine.
and doing it. First up, he'll have to make a couple of repair checks and a couple of craft checks that we can take care of a little later because the time constraints don't have enough time to do it all right at this moment.
Mm.
By the beginning of the next session, it will be ready.
So I've got to toss him on my shoulder and walk around like it's absolutely nothing.
Now to Bonet, what are you looking to buy?
Brand new crystal.
All right, that's not that hard to do. It all depends on the type of crystal you're hunting for and if they've got it here.
Great.
Do a search roll or a gather info. One of the
I'm
two.
going to do a search roll 16 plus whatever my modifier is.
All right, look that puppy up.
And I still want to encounter some Wookiees at some point.
Oh, there are Wookiees here.
Yeah, just
Nice.
If you make me a gather
It's
info.
21, I think.
All right, cool. Yeah, you're able to find one of the couple of the crystals that you're looking for, but they're really expensive.
Would you like some help?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, can I make an appraise check on the crystals?
Yes, you're for it.
16 plus 6 is 22.
They're quality, but not high quality. They're solid, but they've seen better days.
Why?
price-
The Master Orphic wonders why you are trying to excuse me, sell your customers shit.
Well, the people selling the crystals are like, do you know how hard it is to find these things?
Your prices, your prices are too damn high, and we will. I just suggest please do not piss off the Wookiee. And so let's call that an intimidation check at a 15 plus 12 is 27.
Can I just say, can I simply turn these crystals into a grenade?
No, they can be used for energy amplification.
Bullshit, they're useless.
So I'm
My
trying to bring
character
down,
looks.
I'm trying to bring down the price. I got the 27 intimidation check.
Yes, they're lowering the price down to about half of what they were originally asking, but even then, it's still pretty. It's still a high price, but it fits more in line with what you're buying.
So I look over at Bunny and grunt.
Yep. My character will say, "We'll take them as
All right.
is."
You dumb bitch.
Hey, they sell them, and they're not as happy as they would have been if they would have got the full price for them because they just barely covered their expenses on those.
Haha.
Like I said, there's these crystals that she's hunting for crystals from her planet. They're hard to find because the people who have them very, very rarely sell them.
Yep.
That sounds like a skill issue.
Oh no, the crystals are really, really expensive because they're very, very valuable for what they do.
No.
Once you get them, you don't sell them unless you're out there selling them to make a shit ton of money.
Exactly.
What do you know about blood diamonds, Zach?
Absolutely fucking nothing.
All right. Diamonds are expensive because the market makes them expensive.
Yeah.
Diamonds are just rocks, okay? You can find diamonds pretty much anywhere. But because people have decided we want diamonds to be valuable and expensive, they only allow a certain amount out at a time. And because so many women are told, oh, you need a diamond, they want it. And dudes who want to get the Oochie Coochie Nookie will pay a buttload to get Oochie Coochie Nookie.
Yeah,
that's how come diamonds are worth so much.
Same thing as OPEC, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. It's the same deal.
Yes. Because there is a buttload of it.
Yep.
Plus the fact when it comes to oil replenishes itself. There's been they found places that the wells were supposed to have completely went dry and they've refilled.
Before your channel before
it's in trouble, yeah, we need to
change.
Let's move on.
But these crystals are actually valuable and they're extremely rare
because they amplify the force.
Yes,
they actually have function.
Exactly. They have a lot of force properties. So when people have them, they don't want to get rid of them. And if somebody is selling them, it's because they are a dealer of these crystals. Now, these guys did not realize what they had. They just know that they were extremely valuable. They actually got paid with these crystals to do something. And that's why they had such a high price tag on them, was so they could get back.
Did we try to find out how they got these crystals?
That's up to you.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess then before I let him go, or maybe he's like, where did you get these crystals? And that's a total of 18 for gather information. All right, or intimidation. Either way, it's the same bonus.
16.
We got the as payment for carrying some people off of this little pissant little planet.
Who?
They kind of look like her.
Who?
They're pointing to Bunny.
Okay.
They're pointing to
the funny like cat creature, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You notice several gem-like obstructions in her arms and leg. She doesn't show the one on her right shoulder though, with her current outfit.
The wait, what kind of obstructions?
Little
The crystal
crystals
obstructions.
that are similar to the crystals that she just bought.
Oh, so like crystal, like protrusions.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, they offered those crystals to get them off the planet. So we took the crystals and we got them off the planet.
I guess noticing this, I mean, I would do a diplomacy with. I mean, like I would just ask you, like, what's up with the crystals? I mean, and I'm trying to be as diplomatic as I can, and with a diplomacy check, that's a 21.
You ask my character about it?
Yes. Yeah. You could use the roll, or you could just use your best judgment.
She,
I'm trying to be diplomatic,
says,
and I got 21
she
altogether.
says this in her language. These crystals, they are our attunement? Yes, that would suit. Attunement.
And so that's I guess my protocol droid would probably have to translate that to me.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
The best translation is it's an attunement that allows them to attune back to their home worlds.
So this makes you stronger.
Yes, depending on if it's the same crystal as mine or if it's another color, it could allow us to come back home.
That's very interesting.
Sad to say, I need more than just these to find my homeworld.
Yes, you'll need, if I remember right, from what we discussed, you'll need a crystal from each of the different elements to be able to get them to attune right to direct you back to your homeworld.
Correct.
Well, fret not, we will be able to find them.
She sighs. She places the crystal right next to her heart. You just watch as it goes in.
Interesting.
Yes, very
biological-
interesting. I definitely know what's going on here.
I have
Yes,
no
yes,
idea, but
definitely been paying attention.
having no idea is exactly what makes it interesting.
Now, also
Based.
for Zachary, if you are looking for tech stuff, yes, they've
Yeah.
got
I
batteries.
want
they've
to
got spare
for a
parts.
nuclear powered Rubik's Cube and AAA batteries.
Getting the batteries won't be a problem.
Oh. I want specifically AAA and AA batteries
Yeah, that's easy.
based.
Anything August is looking for at the market?
He's perched up on a balcony, looking over the market, seeing if there's any signs of trouble.
No, not really.
All right. Jesus.
You
You
see a
ain't that
couple of
guy,
people
pal.
wanting-
You ain't that guy.
You see a
You're
couple
not
of people
him.
that are they look a little suspicious. You know, it's like they keep eyeing people's wallets and pouches and where they keep their money, that sort of thing. A couple of kids stealing some apples off of an apple cart. Little old dudes getting pissed off chasing them.
Become Batman and beat the shit out of those kids.
Which is hilarious because the dude's upset that they're stealing an apple and he starts lobbing apples at their heads. And they catch the apples, they laugh, they moon him, they take off running.
Wait, what?
Basic market stuff. I guess I'll use my helmet's built-in binoculars to zoom in on the shady duo.
Those that are sitting back watching where people are putting their money.
Yep.
All right, those guys are, they're doing their thing. They're just casing the joint, I guess you could say. They've not taken any actions. They're just, in a way, it seems like they're either casing the joint or they're just people watching. But you can't be sure because every now and again, they snicker. They pass a bottle between the two of them.
If are we all together?
Yeah, except for August. He's actually standing on a balcony not that far above you.
Can I do? Let's see. Sense motive. Where is sense motive in the list?
It's up your ass.
Can I
Oh,
try to sneak my way to get behind
It
this
is
duo?
right after search and right before sleight of hand. For you, for Orif, it is a +6.
So, all right, that was a 3. That's a 9 for sense motive. That's not very good.
Sense motive 19.
Yeah, those two dudes. Like I said, you can't tell if they're just casing the joint or if they're just people watching, because every now and again they point something out and laugh.
Yeah, I like to try to sneak my way behind that duo.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something funny. Are you ready for it?
You're a woman. That's not possible.
No, it's funny. You should trust me.
All right, do it.
My character goes, "Stay, Deo," in front of those two.
What?
Mind
Affect mind.
Jed.
All right,
Jedi.
make an affect mind roll.
20.
A nat 20?
Nat
Okay,
20.
20.
Woo.
All right, what was it you were trying to get them to do?
Stay, Deo. Stay where they are so I can cause them to tell me what they are up to and what they are stealing.
At the moment, all they're doing is sitting and watching people.
Oh, they're
and
watching?
they've been sitting there. Like I said, you can't tell if they're casing the joint or if they're just watching people and shit talking. You know they're shit talking, but you don't know if they're casing the joint or just watching people. In a way, they're doing a little bit of both, because they're commenting on how people are trying to hide their money, that they're buying shit, and how a lot of them are not, even though they think they're hiding their money, they're putting their money where people can see it and could easily steal it. That's what they're talking about and joking about. Basically calling these people are either dumbass ignorant or they're amateurs. That sort of thing. That's what they've been joking about.
Ah, okay.
Base.
And one of the two of them was like, just like, what the fuck, and what's any business of yours, because we're not causing any damn problems. And yes, the bottle they've been passing out is booze. Between each other is booze.
So they've been liquoring up.
It's a type of wine that's local here that outsiders don't like it. It's because it's cheap, it's nasty, it's Thunderbird. If anybody from America knows what that is.
Yep.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, it's the nastiest tasting distilled wine you'll ever have the misfortune of being in the same room with. For the love of God, when it opens up, the distinctive stench of it comes out. And if you spill it on tile floors,
it stains hard.
Oh,
So
it does.
So it's like the wine version of Surströmming.
Yes, this stuff. I used to use it to clean concrete back in the deep freezer. Now, where drunk dudes would break it at the convenience store and it would hit the floor, it ate up the glue that held the tiles to the floor.
Getting back on subject.
That's what they're drinking. Okay, gut of rock guts. But yeah, they're a little perturbed that you're interrupting them, pretending to be crooks and shit.
Do I sense a motive?
Yeah, they're just being assholes, and getting
base.
themselves
Pretty base.
Getting themselves drunk and making fun of people to make themselves feel better.
I grab a beer, sit down, and do it with them.
one of the guys you can tell used to be a crook, but nowadays he ain't because he's a fucking drunk. He's a wino.
Could I grab a beer, sit down, and do it with them?
Sure.
I release my hold
Hell
instantly.
yes.
Go, oh, dang it. Not again.
But you also, they're not too keen on outsiders. But are you going to try to drink some of the rock gut when they pass it to you?
Yes.
You take 4
Absolutely.
Okay, let me see if I still have your character copied over here in my where I can see something.
You take 6 bludgeoning damage and 4 poison damage.
Which
Yes,
one?
it's poison.
It all depends on how well he makes his
Yeah.
fortitude
I
save.
just died.
Off of that
Like-
first swing, baby. If you
Where's
don't
Let
do
me
good,
I saw something that was like, a short that people were making about like, wait, hold on, we've been playing D&D for how long? Have any of us ever used the bathroom? And then one of them like makes a bathroom check and takes like 3 bludgeoning damage.
okay.
Because
Here
he
we
rolls
go.
a nat 1. It does not go well.
All right, we're gonna need somebody to make the fortitude save since he doesn't have his dice on.
I have dice. I'm getting it out.
All right,
Hold on, I just need to turn some lights on.
because you got a bonus of +5 here.
Oh.
Oh, dear.
Alright, which dice shall I use?
A D20.
No, I was choosing which set I should use.
Yeah, okay.
Because I'm rich in dice. I'm Zing Green. Lucky color number green. Nat 20!
All right, you actually pulled that one off. Because if you hadn't, man, even if you'd rolled like a 19, you'd be like, oh my god, and on the ground going, oh my god, what the hell did I just put in my mouth? As it is right now, the nastiness that you just put in your mouth is making you your body wants to puke. But
Nah.
your mind is keeping you from doing it. Because this is some nasty shit. This is the
I
type of
gulp
stuff.
it. Should I gulp it down?
But it is crossing your eyes right now. You're like,
Oh,
going, oh god,
he just got.
this is nasty. It's nasty.
Did he just get the seed?
Ah.
He got ducked?
What the heck?
He got kidnapped.
Oh man.
He got ducked.
Well, the rock gut hit him. And right now he's sitting there, toes up, his toes are curled, his fingers are curled, and he's like going
Palsy. All right. Well, I
he's
guess
doing the
at the
funky chicken.
He is the worst mechanic I've ever hired.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I got to resend him the link so he can get
Oh
back.
god, that bad, huh?
Yeah,
He got ducked.
it crashed that bad. He got the duck of death that bad. Actually, he says this. Since he's been using his phone, the phone fell and he's got to redo it.
Likely story. The drink.
I am back.
All right, the Thunderbird hits you that hard.
As
man.
I was saying, can I try to gulp it down and try to play it off as it was nothing, but do so very badly?
Yeah, that was
Yes.
a botched roll if I ever seen one.
Yes, you went.
Yep, it's good. It's nice.
It's like some steel reserve.
It burns going all the way down. It's like you just put liquid fire in your mouth and now in your belly, and you're like going, "Please, Lord, don't let it burn as it comes out my winky."
Don't worry, it will.
Because that's some really nasty stuff, man. You're like going, I'm going back to the boat. Shit. That's bad.
Nah, I'm staying. I'm drinking the entire bottle.
Oh, if you're going to do that, I'll be making those rolls.
Yeah,
That's some nasty shit, dude.
yeah. Are you sure you want to? Like, what's your hit stat block?
I don't fucking know. I don't have my character sheet.
Let me take a look. I gotta double check.
I think I'm at 18 and 17 strength.
No, wait. No, I'm looking at your. your vitality points here. You got 64 vitality points and 14 wound points. That means you've got a 64-point cushion before you start to take damage that will kill you.
What?
So let's see. That stuff hit you hard, man.
That shit couldn't kill me.
If
Yep.
you drink too much of it, oh yeah, it can.
Oh,
Believe it
fuck
or not.
nah.
It's this stuff is so strong, it can make your liver go, yo, man, fuck this shit. I'm out of here. And he will crawl out the end of your winky hole.
I don't see
Like,
where my
I'm
attack.
getting,
I don't see
I'm
where my
getting
hit
out. You have to work your way up the nastiness that is Thunderbird.
You know what? Maybe I'm not gonna drink it.
Good
'Cause-
choice.
Woo, boy. But yeah, it's, like I said, they're not too keen on outsiders. So yeah, they just handed you the nastiest bottle that they had. When I say
Fair.
nastiest bottle, I don't mean just the Thunderbird itself, but the bottle itself looks pretty nasty.
Oh, jeez.
It looks like they stuck the place that they hide it
is
in a place you don't want something to come out of to go anywhere near your mouth.
yeah.
Prison pocket.
Prison pocket.
No,
a
it's
big
called the
prison
prison
pocket.
wallet. But yes, it's nasty, man. It's nasty.
Now we shit talk people.
But yeah,
Look at that stupid Wookiee. Thinking you can tell people what to do.
That's like looks like it came out of a Mudhorn prison pocket.
yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. What is August doing? After
What
he's
is
got
August
after
doing?
he's been looking around, looking for trouble, not finding any. This is just a everyday bazaar. You can see the people that hired you. They're doing their thing. They seem happy. Every now and again, they've been going in and out of one of the bars. Let me check something right quick. No, he doesn't have that skill yet. Yes, he does. Okay. Roll me a d20, Zach, for a gather information.
Bet. 16.
Okay. Yeah, that bar that the Falling keep going into, the two dudes are telling you that that's where a lot of the people that they used to work with, as when they were before they ended up turning into alcoholic drunks that didn't have the dexterity to be thieves no more. That's where they operated out of.
Based. Very based.
Let's see. Let me check something. All right. Let's see. Where are you? There we go. Yeah.
Let's all go to the lobby.
All right. Yep. Okay. Okie dokie. Nope. You don't have that skill. Okay, never mind. All right. After y'all have a fun day down at the bazaar buying all
But I did want to talk to the Wookiees.
Yes. The Wookiees,
No, too bad. We're
they
leaving.
take a look at your Rick blade, and they do tell you that they recognize the symbology,
Uh-huh.
but they need to make a couple of they ask if it's okay for them to take a picture of it.
They pull out an iPhone 16.
Can I sense their motive?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. They just want to take a picture of it so they can share it with other the other Wookiees that they know that would know more about it, because there are some warrior Wookiees.
Okay, so it's not like it's nothing nefarious.
Nothing
Uh,
nefarious. It's
yeah.
if you want more information about it, we know enough to know that yeah, this is from an influential family, but we don't know which family it is. We just know it's one of the influential ones.
Okay.
Some of the warriors that that we know might actually know more about it. We can actually give you their name, and which clan and tribe and everything. So yeah, just let's take if you'll let us take a picture of it, we'll share it, and if you'll be here tomorrow,
Send
we
it
can
to
tell
the
you
group
what
chat.
we know.
Sure. Let's see.
So
Hope
they take the little blip picture of it so they can have it and send it off. Uh, they say we'll talk to you tomorrow. Yeah,
Okay.
y'all go back to the ship for the nice big meal that Ellie prepared for the passengers and for y'all. You know, you're getting the leftovers of it, but hey, you're still getting a really fancy meal. This really nice one too. I mean, it's like really, really good. Though Zach's character is having a hard time tasting it because, well, the right gut just really messed his mouth up pretty bad. Because right now he still tastes shit.
My character, you just see her douse something in spices and just eat it whole.
Yep. Then the Duchess and Auric have their talk before it's time to turn in for the night, and making sure everything's copacetic and good. You know, their last day is the next day will be the last day on the planet. Making sure everything will be ready for their trip to Coruscant.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked you about your Rick blade. And she said, I hear you're trying to find some information about it. Can I see it?
Please be careful.
Not a problem. She takes a look at it, nods her head, and hands it back. He says, if you really want information, let me know, and I can see what I can get for you. And she excuses herself and turns in for the night.
Yeah, I mean, I would respond with like, that would be most helpful. Thank you.
And she nods her head as she goes to bed. One of the other, one of the falling that travels with her, instead of turning in for the night, is going back out to enjoy the nightlife of the planet.
Okay.
Y'all turn in, wake up the next morning. You head in to the bazaar. You're watching them do their last day of work while y'all were doing your little thing around in the bazaar. You don't notice the two dudes from the other day, from yesterday, that was there drinking and being little assholes. You don't notice them. They're not there today.
Oh man.
The Wookiees say that they do have that one of the warrior Wookiee friends that they've got does recognize the blade, and it comes from a prestigious family from Kashyyyk that's known for having produced great warriors and leaders. But that's all they've got right now. If you have a place that they can contact you, just give them that contact information, and they'll have that Wookiee warrior do it.
Sure. Let's say that I give the whatever contact information for using the holograms that happen on the ship.
Yes, the HoloNet.
Yeah,
That's what it's called, the HoloNet.
So I give him my like HoloNet.
Yep. And after that day, you get everything back onto the ship. Everything's loaded, and you're ready to take off and head to Coruscant. Now, the place that you're going to be going on Coruscant isn't the nice part of Coruscant that she gives you that you're heading to. It's not the uptown area that you're going to on Coruscant.
It's one of the lower levels.
It's in those part of Coruscant that isn't quite ghetto.
Oh,
It's more along the lines of suburban middle class, where I don't know if there's going to be people there who can afford the products that she's going to be selling, but that's where she's wanting to go.
oh joy.
I got a bad feeling about this.
We're gonna get mugged.
No, that's if you were going to the
wait.
ghetto.
On the way there, could
In the ghetto.
is there any way you could possibly start work on repairing the security droid on while we're traveling?
Yes, if I would recommend taking 20 to put everything back together again to get it done. That way, it's going to be pretty sweet. If he makes rolls, that means he's rushing the job. Then if he rushes the job, you can get a lot more quirks. So maybe he should make some really crappy rolls so we can get Kevin to have some really crappy ideas and quirks. My name's Kevin. It's the only name I'll answer to. I'm a grumpy little bastard. Don't talk to me like that, asshole. You know that.
Too bad I'm just there. What you gonna do about it?
Please
No.
don't give our mechanic any ideas.
I can turn your forehead into a nuke.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting
No.
fleshies.
I'll be as loud as I damn
Bang.
fucking want.
Bang.
But no,
Quiet, I'm
like I
hunting-
said, I'm making the suggestion. Take 20 on the rebuild. Take 20 on
Please.
the rebuild.
Yes.
Please.
Because you're turning 4 into 1. Fortunately, the one that you're
Yes.
actually doing the rebuild for, its processors did not get damaged. It just is good.
It just
Whatever
needs a new body.
Yes, it needs a massive. It needs new body parts and everything. Unfortunately, you were able to get all the parts that you needed at the bazaar.
So what's your bonus for repair droid?
No.
Let me
What-
check. Let's see if that's not. Come back over here to you. All right. Craft. Go with the droids as +6. Repair, on the other hand, is pretty high. His repair is not that speed. There it is. 22. A bonus of
Nice.
22. So
That's a 42.
yeah. So he can completely repair it.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's why I said take 20, son. Take
Nah.
20 on it. That
I'm
way
gonna
it's gonna come,
60.
because that's one of those things where if you take the 20 and what taking 20 and taking 10 means is you're focusing on that task. And
Can I
nothing
help you
but-
with this?
No, hold on. I'm explaining.
I don't think that'll be necessary with a bonus like that.
Yeah, it's one of those things to where
Mhm.
like when you're drawing and you're taking your time and you're
Yeah.
focused on that, and there's no distractions, no nothing. It's just you're taking your
Mhm.
time and you're just being one with the paper and the pen and everything. That's
Yeah.
what that means.
So you
Now,
lock in.
yes, lock
Yeah.
into it. You hit the zone. Nothing else matters. Now you can take 10 in combat, but
I'll take 20.
But you can't take 20 in combat because taking 20 means total immersion in what you're doing.
Nice.
So yeah,
You would need
also
like
have,
several people to guard you.
Yeah, exactly.
and you do
I'll
have,
do the 20 in that repair thing.
all right, and you are, like I said, you are like, when it comes to repairing shit, you're like the god of repair.
Yep.
God, if he
Such-
Y'all need me.
23.
So, and whenever you build stuff, you're really good at building stuff, but you're better at keeping things working. That's why they
Yeah.
hired you for this job. You plus the fact, since you are kind of on the not liking working around other people,
Yeah.
you get tongue tied when you're dealing with people you don't know. that's one of the reasons why you love this job. Is
Mm.
you get paid pretty damn good to do what you're good at, and not have to deal with a whole lot of people. So yeah, taking your time with it. You did get to talk to the Rhodian who you bought all these parts and stuff from. Like his name is Kelko. While you talked with him, while buying the stuff that you bought, you found out that he's one of the heroes of Theed. That he was one of the people that helped fight the Trade Federation, and he was friends with Val-El, Varlin Kun. He just barely got to meet Obi-Wan Kenobi, Qui-Gon, and Anakin in passing afterwards during the celebrations and all that. But yeah, he's proud of the fact that he's one of the heroes of Theed. And he wears on his lapel this little medal that shows that he's one of those heroes. In fact, that's one of the reasons why his prices are a little bit higher than other junk dealers, but his stuff is quality stuff. And that's why you were able to actually rebuild rebuild a droid from all the scrap that he gave you. When you bought it, is the fact, he only sells quality junk. He doesn't sell, yeah, this will work, and it never works.
I'd like to ask him for his HoloNet info.
Yeah, he has no problem giving that, man. Whenever you buy stuff from him, he gives you that contact info. He talks about the fact that, right now he's on Onderon instead of Naboo, even though he does he's got junk dealerships on Naboo, which he doesn't use that much, but he does have on Alderaan, Tatooine, which is in Hutt space, and he hates going there, but he's got a really good deal with a junk dealer there by the name of Watto. And he hates working with that dude because that dude likes to sell broken shit and says that it works. When dude's dishing some dirt here.
The famous
he like I said, he's like, if you're ever on Tatooine and you're in Watto's place, double check everything you buy from him, because he will try to put one over on you.
Ask Shmi about everything you buy.
Oh, who's Shimmy?
Shmi? Watto's slave, Anakin's mother.
He doesn't have a slave.
Oh, Watto doesn't have any slaves anymore?
No. After the Battle of Theed, Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan
Basically
Kenobi
frees everybody.
took Anakin back to Tatooine, and they bought her freedom.
Oh, lovely. Well, isn't that nice?
Oh, yes, it was great.
I'm glad.
They actually freed a whole. They ended up buying a whole bunch of slaves and freed them. It's quite nice, actually. That little area, they just went on a buying spree and freed all the slaves that they bought. Of course, that pissed off a lot of people. But
Oh yeah, it did.
But that's what they did.
Especially the Hutts.
Oh, the Hutts were upset until they got their cut of the money, so they were happy about that.
Yeah, they were happy.
If you guys do go to Tatooine in Hutt space, I mean, it's not. I don't like going there. It's too hot. It makes and he rubs his scaly skin and he goes, it makes my skin itch. It gets everywhere. I mean, I hate sand. It gets everywhere.
It's rough, of course, and it gets everywhere.
Yeah, and it's in the places you really have a hard time getting it out of. So
really gets under your scales.
So he's, very serious, when he talks about it, moves on. After y'all leave there and you're on your way to Coruscant, you guys arrive. It's a nice trip. Of course, you're getting people there that are discussing what's been going on. The Duchess warns you guys, be careful. This is Coruscant. There's people that are always trying to take advantage of you, that sort of thing. So don't trust anybody. And try to avoid any political entanglements, because that you can tell that's their fear, is somebody's going to get political entanglements in this shit.
Guilty.
In fact, she says that's the reason why we're landing where we're landing and not landing in the more upper crust areas, because there's been a lot of protests going on about demanding reform and anti-corruption reforms and things of this nature. And the separatists are getting a little uppity, and she doesn't want to have to deal with any of that shit. So she's doing it in basically the suburbs area. And so you guys get in there and you're doing your thing and get everything set up. And they say that they desperately need to make sure that nobody is able to overhear what's going on during their business meetings in their stateroom. So they ask if it's okay if they set up a secondary security system that will cover the entirety of the ship. Of course, it's a temporary setup, but it's still something they'd like, extra security that they'd like to set up, and they're asking permission to set it up.
Can I do? I just want to look and do a sense motive.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I do it too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
for it.
I mean, that's an 11. I hope yours is better.
Oh, 20.
All total or a natural 20?
It's a nat 1.
All right. Yeah, you can tell that the Duchess does not like the possibility of somebody overhearing any of the business deals that she's doing. She's not trying to pull anything over on you. She just wants to make sure that the business deals that she's making on board the ship stay between her and the people she's making the business deals with. So yeah, it's a straightforward exchange that she's wanting to make.
So let's say, I go to Ellie and say, our esteemed guests would like very much that their conversations are not heard by anyone. Curious matter. However, please make sure that this is not the case. And then, to Ellie, so I think that I would keep the security droid, Kevin, inside.
Yeah, Kevin's not ready yet. He's still in the process of being rebuilt.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I wasn't sure if that really.
Oh, he's talking. He just can't move.
Okay.
Oh.
So I would kind of discreetly be interested in, if he picks up on anything, let me know.
All right.
Because he's going to be on the ship the whole time. But then I would not tell this or leave any information for the Duchess. I would just grant permission.
All right. Leo is going to assist to make sure that the security system is set up with Ellie. Of course, Kevin, like I said, his processors are working. He's able to talk if you turn him on. And it's going to take several more days before he's going to have a functioning body to work with. So
I've just told him to pay attention.
I'm asking, are y'all keeping him on? Or are you going to turn him off? That way you can focus on working on rebuilding him, because if you got him turned on, he is giving color commentary on how slow you are working.
I'm going to turn him off.
I was gonna,
Yes.
I was going to have him on while we left the ship while they conducted their business.
Oh, that makes sense.
So he can be turned off while we're
What if
but
I
right
just
now,
had a
we
comm
leave-
link on the droid?
he's
Oh,
look,
yes.
the droid. Basically, what I've done is I have
I thought I was
told
talking about at the beginning of the session.
guys. Okay, I have docked my pay for paying for the parts for the droid, right? So
That sounds like a you issue.
I've given the droid a command to to be quiet while he's there and just listen. Just if he picks up on anything, let me know later. If not, great. Like, I mean, I know that they're going to be basically the room is in a cone of silence or the equivalent, and then the ship is going to be in a further cone of silence, is my understanding.
Yes, it's to
So,
be more of
so
a
the
buffer.
droid, so I'm expecting the droid is probably not going to pick up on anything, but if he does, I want to know what it is.
All right, he can do that. That's not a problem. Where did I put you?
But I'm telling him to basically shut up and listen, and if he picks up on anything, like,
All right. One of the other things that you're noticing is that the people you're working, like I said, the Duchess is pretty straightforward in what she's wanting.
Yep.
She just is trying to make sure that her business stays her business and nobody else is messing around with it.
Yeah. My orders are further commanded to be secret, by the way. So I've commanded the droid that if anyone asks what his orders are, he's to misdirect.
All right. Kevin, like I said, can be quite mouthy, especially when he feels like he's not being put together fast enough. And he's being a little ass about it. Let's see.
Do I observe him follow my command to be quiet when told to?
Oh, yeah, he does.
Okay, because I told him to be quiet while we're away.
Yes, but if somebody's working on putting him together, he's going to be mouthy.
Gotcha. But I'm just making sure. Like, I mean, I'm going to shut him off if he seems to not be obeying my command.
Oh, he is. He's definitely obeying the commands. He's a
Okay.
droid. He's got to.
Gotcha.
Okay, just making sure. I ain't trying to have him be mouthy while we're away and have him draw attention to himself.
Oh, yeah, I totally get you, man. Let's see. Where did I put you? Oh, there it is. All right. Now, the 2 days that you're on Coruscant, things are pretty, a little more. It's not as dicey as it was, or I should say, everything so far has been a milk run, and you ain't got any trouble. You ain't had nobody. Nobody's fucked with you guys.
It'll be.
And you
super
thought,
manageable.
hey, we're going to the capital. This is going to be easy peasy. Everything's going to be fine. I mean, we went to Alderaan, got to meet all these fancy people. We went to Alderaan and met, poor people that work for rich people and had a good old time. We actually got to meet some drunks that one of the crew members, stupid enough to take a drink out of some of that Thunderbird and still hasn't been able to taste their Pop-Tarts this morning.
Not the Pop-Tarts, no.
And it's his favorite Pop-Tart, and he can't taste it. All he tastes is that nasty. Oh,
You
shit.
have Wildberry?
Wildberry is shit.
Don't you dare!
Chocolate's the best flavor.
And he can't. He can't. He's still all he can taste is that.
Wait, can I roll to get used to the taste and eventually grow to like it?
You might, but I wouldn't recommend it. Actually, you should be
Not
making
20.
some rolls to get your taste buds back. It's like,
Yeah, you should be
every
concentrating
day.
on getting your
let's
taste
see if
buds
I can
back.
get my taste bud taste.
I got a
back.
nat 20, by the way.
All
I
right.
like the taste of soot.
You can actually start to taste your favorite chocolate Pop-Tart. You're like, oh my God,
Yes.
this is good. I'm starting to taste it again. It doesn't taste bland. Oh, it only took 2
yeah,
days.
Pop-Tart.
Yay. I've never touched
Pop-Tart.
that weird fucked up shit. That was nasty.
As a matter of fact, everything now tastes like chocolate Pop-Tart.
And the best
Hell
thing,
yeah.
now, but Zach,
Hell yeah.
there is a problem though.
What?
All right, when you went to go pee, your pee kind of made the paint peel off of the urinal that you were using. So you've got to fix it.
Nah.
Nah, that's a superpower.
I think we've got some
Did it
gravity
kiss?
traps if you wanted to collect a sample, we might have some gravity traps, anti-gravity traps.
Acidic piss.
It took.
That containment.
Now it's been 3 days since you drank the stuff, so now it's not. It's not stripping the pain anymore. So you're happy, and it doesn't burn.
Acidic
EP,
piss.
so you're happy about that. Though when you did go poop, it came out like concrete.
Damn.
So yeah, you're
Talk
you
about
walked funny.
Yeah, you're basically you just dropped a lead weight.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you feel
Literal-
a lot better, man. After that poop, it hurt coming out, but man, it feels great that it's not in there no more.
It's like exfoliating with pumice.
Yeah, you feel a lot better. You're like, I feel pretty, but my butt hurts, and I'm having to sit on a cushion.
Sounds normal for Fritz.
Yes, the Thunderbird is one of those things that's now in your mind of, don't think I ever want to try that shit again. Oh God. And you're on your, but like I said, you're on your way. You're doing your the normal stuff. They ask if you're wanting to go. You're asking if you want to go to one of the nightclubs that's on the or one of the bars or one of the
No.
bazaars. You can find anything on Coruscant. It all depends on which section of Coruscant you go on to. If you go to the ghetto, you can find a whole lot of illegal shit.
Damn.
If you go to the high place, you can find some really sweet stuff that's going to be expensive as fuck. Now, where you're at, if you go to the stores and the malls and the promenade places like that, you know, you get a little bit of everything here where you're at. Because pretty much everybody comes here, you know. The richy rich people come here to slum it, and the people in the ghetto come up here to rub elbows with rich people and try to steal money from them. Or, let me get this straight. You want to get freaky with a freak. Okie dokie. Give me
What?
some money. So, yes, that's the type of place you're at.
Prostitution.
A lot of Twi'leks.
Yeah, buddy. Now, are y'all going to go shopping? Are you going to go party? Are you going to do a little bit of both during your downtime while you're here?
I'm going to that Starship Museum.
All right. The Starship Museum's pretty sweet. I mean, there's fighters there. There's transports. There's even a couple of what used to be capital ships that are grounded on the planet's surface that they built the museum around. There's a couple of old-fashioned hammerheads from what is referred to as the Old Republic during the Cold War between the Galactic Republic and the Sith Empire. There's some other. There's actually a section of the museum that has maintained a section of Coruscant that got blown to fuck during the war that they never rebuilt. You know, just to keep it all screwed up so everybody could see the type of destruction that happened during the war. And of course, they are selling tickets for a tour of this place. And if you want to take the tour, I'm going to need you to make a fortitude save.
All right.
Hey, I'm up for it.
No.
Wait, why is there a fortitude save on a tour?
So
Because
when they
why
hit
not?
you in the back of the head with a baseball bat so you can feel how bad it felt. So,
Damn.
18.
That's surprising they play baseball.
yeah. Well, it's
But
actually a
that-
cricket bat, but
Oh,
Cricket is
gosh.
Fucking shit.
You bastard.
Cricket is the worst sport ever invented. Prove me wrong.
She holds her head while
Okay,
the
what was your-
activity begins in her brain.
what did you get there, August? What did you make your roll as?
It was 18.
I got a 7.
Ha. Cringe.
Oh, you definitely know what a cricket bat feels like. It gets out of your head. I'm going to give you a bonus thinking because you did say you wear a helmet all the time. So you survived the cricket bat. So that's not a problem. But they
I
said,
love my
all right,
helmet.
It would have been
This-
hilarious if you just died.
This is what it
God.
felt like. Here
Rip.
comes the cricket bat. Bep. And you're like, oh shit, what the hell was that? Oh, that was when the bomb went off that left the place looking like this. We want everybody to get that feeling that they just survived the bomb as they walk through here, and we describe everything that happened and how the Sith come in and just started blowing shit up and killed people, including Jedi. I mean, they crashed a shuttle into the Jedi temple and just started massacring people. It was wild. And then they start swinging at the cricket bat, willy nilly and shit. It's like, anybody else want to know what it felt like? Woo!
My character goes, "Hey, I'd like to know what it feels like."
Yeah, that's why you were lucky. You survived that. You did such a really good roll with that damn fortitude
18.
save.
It was an 18.
So yeah, you survived it, and you're like, oh shit, that was pretty cool. Yeah, and they
That's
look
pretty
at you
cool.
like you're fucking insane, though. And after it's all done and over with, you see the people that were giving you the tour get chased off by the cops. And then they ask, how much money did you give them? And they wanted like 20 credits each. And they sighed and they said, yeah, they just stole 20 credits off of each one of you because the tours here are free. And they've been running this scam on off-worlders so dang long. We've been chasing them for fucking months. And then you see one of the constable droids, going, I'm going to get him. And he's slamming his baton into his hand. Did they hit you in the head with the cricket bats?
I rubbed
He
the back of
points
my
at the
head.
back for
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I'm going to stick this so far up where the sun don't shine. Damn little bastards. Let's go find them. Then the cops go off in the direction that they took off in.
I wave screaming, can I join in?
No! If you try to be a vigilante, we'll stick this up your pee hole.
Yeah.
Roger, Roger.
Roger.
And then as that happened, you just got scammed out of 20 credits each, man. Come on.
I didn't.
That's
I
because
didn't.
you were smart.
Yeah.
Anybody that paid for the
I
tour.
just took the hit.
Good thing it ain't really my money.
Because whoever paid for the tour and allowed themselves to get the cricket bat to the head. The whole thing with the cricket bat was to see if they could get more money out of you when you were unconscious. You were lucky you didn't pass the fuck out. Because you would have woke up butt naked wondering where your money's at and where your clothes are at. And why there's a bow attached to your genitalia.
Oh,
saying last
what?
place. Now, you've got some other things that you can be doing while on Coruscant. So the Duchess did warn you, getting mugged here for first-time visits is normal, especially for poor peasants. Anyway, off you go. Are y'all heading back to the ship, or are you going to continue exploring Coruscant?
Oh,
I was interested in seeing if I could find any important-looking individuals in one of the social places.
Yes, that's pretty easy. Depending on which of the social places are you going? Are you going to go to the places where,
Like party places?
all right, one of the nightclubs then. All right, there's a place called the Titty Twister.
the what?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Of course, that's more on the lower scale. And then you got the Gentleman's Club. That's you also have.
That sounds like a gay bar.
Sign me up.
That doesn't sound
Hey,
like
yo, what the fuck?
Gentlemen's Club. Gentlemen's Club sounds like, sexy cocktail waitress with an underbust corset and nothing else,
There's also
Do I need to remind you guys that I'm only 17 years old?
well, the Gentleman's Club's actually a lot like the Gentleman's Club.
You're an adult in the UK.
In the
No, I'm
UK.
not.
There's places
not.
called Gentlemen's Club in the UK that are actually clubs where where upper class men go for gambling, having places to where they can just hang out with other dudes. The only women allowed are like wait staff, and even some of those don't even allow the female wait staff to work there. But the gentleman's club here is more along the
The
lines of
ultimate man king.
you have to show proof you can afford to go in there.
Well,
Yeah, it's one of those places. You
I could
also
try to
have.
bluff my way in.
Oh yeah, you could. It's like
I mean, actually, a 14 plus like a 14 plus a 15 was like a 29.
because if you show your ID, excuse me, showing that you're the first officer of a freighter from a well-respected charter service, yeah, they'd let you in because that's the type of clientele that they want.
Yeah. Just the name, the Golden Rule.
Nicknamed the SS Virgin Express, might I add.
Now-
You might not in this case.
Now there is a really sweet nightclub called the Sunset Express that you can go to. That's open at night only, from sundown to sunup.
Vampires.
Because the whole thing is once they open the doors, the party music starts and it goes till they close the doors. And the people that go in, you got to pay. You got your cover charge. You got to pay. You got to be able to. You got your 2-drink minimum. You got your meal minimum. You got it. It can get expensive if you're not careful, because they will charge you to use the bathroom.
Bruh.
Hey, I mean, the Gentleman's Club,
It's my
but
line.
honestly, the first one you said, the seedy one.
All right.
I want to know. I'm curious who we got there.
All right. That's where it is not as bad as a dump. This is actually, though, the really wealthy people would consider this a dump. Regular people see this as a nice, quiet hole in the wall.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm going to gather information, and I got a nat 20 with a plus 12.
All right.
Damn.
You're getting some pretty good info. The talk. When you guys got here and the Duchess said avoid political entanglements and stuff because there is a whole lot of protests going on with the people that are supporting the separatist cause here. Yeah, that's one of the biggest topics that you can find out about right now, because everybody's worried about it because it's starting to get violent.
Oh no.
And there are rumors that the Republic Senate has started to consider the possibility of a military creation act.
Huh.
Because ever since the fall of the Sith Empire and the Galactic Republic conquering what used to be the Sith Empire, they dismantled a galactic military.
Is that like the Defense Production Act here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, to put it in modern day parlance, imagine the United States Army, the United States Navy, the United States Air Force, and the Marine Corps, and all being disbanded. And each state's state defense forces and National Guard, Air National Guard, and so on being the only military assets except for the Coast Guard.
Bruh.
And the Coast Guard is more or less been given a whole lot of law enforcement duties, a lot more than it already has. And then if trouble comes up, whichever state is the closest or has the ability, its state forces has to deal with the threat, the Congress and the president sends a message to them, says, hey, we're federalizing the National Guard or your state guard so we can send them to go fight this fight.
Yeah.
That's where the Galactic Republic is at this point.
Okay.
Now, but they are actually in the it is because of the separatist crisis. There has been a push in the Senate to get rid of that system and reform the Republic Navy and the Republic Army.
To centralize it. Okay.
To have a federalized force that is separate from the state forces, or in Star Wars parlance, planetary defense forces.
Anybody want to go on an anti-federalist campaign?
Maybe.
Now,
Possibly.
Coruscant
Maybe next Tuesday.
has only law enforcement on it. It doesn't have any military defenses other than the Jedi, but the Jedi keep stressing the fact we're not a military. We're peacekeepers. We're more like lawmen.
Isn't that what a military does?
Yes, but
Well,
amongst the Jedi, they consider themselves more along the lines of keeping the peace, keeping people from resorting to violence and fighting each other. They go and they try to use negotiation and diplomacy to keep it from getting out of hand. And the fact that the Jedi utilize the Force and they have those light sticks that can chop anything in half usually is enough of an imitation factor to get people to sit
Well,
down
not
and actually
anything.
listen to the diplomacy aspect of it. But they don't always pull it off, and there is violence that comes out of it, because there has been times when you've had two members of the Republic going to war with each other. In fact, ever since they got rid of the Republic military, that's actually increased in frequency. That you've had wars amongst the various member worlds or systems. That has actually happened. In fact, the people that are responsible for the security for the Colerain system, the Thray, have actually caused a lot of messed up issues there in Colerain, that's seeing small groups of Colerain citizens that banded together to create a citizens militia to actually have full-blown skirmish battles with the quote unquote defenders of their system that are coming from outside to come in and help protect them. So yeah, it's a very contentious thing that even people who think that the separatists should be allowed to just go be on their own, they do support the formation of a republic-wide military, because they're tired of the bullshit of fighting going on between the different member species and stuff, going to war with each other, like what's happening right now I think it's in the Outer Rim territories. Hold on, let me see if I can find the name. The Huck is one of them, and I can't remember the name of Grievous's race.
Getting kind of late for me. I think I might go to bed.
Grievous. Well, we're almost to a
big
stopping
man.
point.
We're almost.
What'd you say?
We're almost to our stopping point.
Oh, okay, I'll fog it out.
Kalish. The Kalish are General Grievous's species is the Kalish, and they're fighting a war right now with the Huck, which is an insect race that's been going on for a while now, and it's just one of the many wars that's ongoing at the moment between members. There was an actual member race that took over another member race's entire home planet, and they got away with it by maneuvering in the Senate. That was the Dug and the Grand. The Grand took over the Dug homeworld. And the people that are supporting the Military Creation Act are actually hoping that shit like that will stop happening if there's a independent military that's not bound by the planet it comes from. but there's also a lot of people who are afraid of what's going on with the whole separatist thing and the fact that despite the attempts of Dooku, the separatists have started to get violent because he
Uh-oh.
wanted to keep it all peaceful, but there's been violence that's been breaking out with it, and there's been like terror attacks and stuff like that that's been going on.
That's not good.
Fortunately, the terror attacks that's been going on Coruscant, nobody's died yet. It's mostly sabotage and vandalism and stuff like that that has led to injuries. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I.e., people have had to go rescue people out of elevators that just stopped because somebody had hacked the systems and turned off the elevator and caused somebody to be stuck in an elevator all day. You know, stuff like that. That's been happening. There's been a lot of crime that's been going on in the under cities areas, i.e., the ghetto. In the ghetto. Okay, you've had that been going on, and it's getting in some areas it's getting out of hand, and there are people who are getting scared that it's going to keep escalating until it spills over into other sectors of Coruscant as the separatist protest, which have in some cases gotten turned into full-blown riots. That's actually caused a lot of fear. So the Military Creation Act rumors has been getting some support from the citizens of Coruscant. The information that you're getting from here, where they're talking about what's been going on with the separatists, you're also getting stuff that's been going on amongst the people of Coruscant and how they're reacting to it, and how people are getting more and more upset about not just that, but also the corruption in the Senate, where things are getting so far out of hand that they feel like Palpatine, he's been using the separatist crisis to remain in office because he should have left office already. But because of the crisis, there's been motions to keep him in office that has kept him from stepping down and letting somebody else get elected as Supreme Chancellor. Amongst the separatists, Hugo Damask of Damask Holdings has been, while Dooku has been the voice of the reform, Damask has been the voice for the actual creation of a new separate government. And Damask, he has basically been funding Dooku's calls for reform. This is the information you've gotten so far. All right.
Cool.
I trust this Palpatine guy. Trust him full-heartedly.
So I'm able to tell that it's Palpatine and Dooku.
Okay, you've got Dooku, he is a voice for reform. He's not really for violence. He's wanting peaceful reform within the Republic. He very loosely supports the separatist cause. He wants to keep the Republic as the Republic, but he does say that if people want to leave the Republic, they should be allowed to leave, because if they're not allowed to leave and they're forced to stay, the Republic ceases being a republic and becomes an empire, and he doesn't want to see the Republic turn into an empire.
Okay, but I'm not aware of any connection between the two.
No, there's almost not since he resigned from the
His
Jedi
Senate.
Order.
Oh,
Okay.
from the Jedi.
Okay, when Dooku left the Jedi Order in the years after the battle in Naboo, the biggest reasons why he left was the fact of the corruption in the Senate, and he felt that the corruption in the Senate was corrupting the Jedi Order. And for a while, he was working with Qui-Gon Jinn in training Anakin. Now, as the problems with the corruption within the Senate kept becoming more and more obvious, he had been working with Palpatine thanks to the contacts between Qui-Gon and Anakin and Obi-Wan. That brought them in, and they were working at trying to get more anti-corruption through the Senate. And when he first left the Jedi Order, and he started he took back the Duke of Sereno title that he inherited, that he had denied all this time. He retook that, and he used the resources for that to start a reform movement that was independent of the Jedi. It was independent of the Senate. It was independent of everybody. But Damask did make some donations for it, because he also was a vocal advocate for dealing with the corruption in the Senate, because he was the one that started talking about how it was the Trade Federation and the corruption of the Senate put the Trade Federation in the position that they found themselves in, to where they had to blockade Naboo. In fact, Damask was sitting there saying that in honesty, the Trade Federation was the victims of the whole debacle that was the blockade and battle of Naboo. That's what Damask was saying, and he's actually got supporters who agree with him on that. That's one of the reasons why the Trade Federation is one of the big supporters of the separatist movement. And you've got a couple of other business conglomerate types that are supporting the separatist movement, because a lot of the taxes and stuff that got raised by the Senate,
Taxes are cringe.
affected them massively. And they're trying to bring up the fact that, these are corporations that were owned not by humans, but by other non-human species that got in their words, unfairly taxed, that they're facing tariffs and taxes and regulations that human-owned and core worlder-owned species-owned businesses and conglomerates aren't being charged, because they all exist, in the more expansion and outer rims and mid-rim territories. They're not part of the core. Now,
Gotcha.
The core worlds and the core species, they pretty much run the show. And they're not facing all these restrictive taxes and regulations and all this other stuff. So a lot of the separatist areas are outside of the core worlds, and you're getting all this information from them talking about it. Does that all make sense, or do you need anything explained?
I mean,
No,
that makes a lot of sense. That's just I'm almost like my head's full. Yeah, that's
Head's full.
All right.
All right, that's what I get for a net 20 on Gather Intelligence.
Yes, you got a big time download of information.
The rest of
head.
you were paying attention. Let's just say
That
my
droid
character
needs a
tells.
memory wipe.
Let's just say my character ends up telling everybody else everything. So whatever you guys remember, please help.
All right.
Yeah.
No,
Gotcha.
I
Gotcha.
can't. I honestly can't remember anything he just said.
Oh, that's good.
Dooku is not a Sith. We're good. He just wants to reform.
Yes.
He's a
Face.
Yes. He actually is.
So
He does
evil
spend-
asthmatic robot guy is not evil asthmatic
Grievous
robot
is not
guy.
here.
Oh no,
Oh.
he is going to be an evil asthmatic robot guy. It's just the fact
Oh.
he's not yet. He's still a Kalish flesh and blood warrior fighting the Huck
Oh,
off in his homeworld.
Hey, mechanics want to sabotage his cybernetics.
oh fuck yes.
But yes, Dooku spends his
The
time.
only thing he can do is the thriller dance.
Thriller night, and then
Nah, I'm gonna make him do the gritty. I'm gonna make him do the gritty.
But at
All
the
right.
moment, Dooku, like I said, Dooku's trying to get reforms done. Sat after like 10 years, he finally started acknowledging that the reforms ain't happening, and it caused a rift between him and Palpatine. And he's slowly getting into the support to the separatist cause. He's like, we need another government. That way the planets that don't want to be part of the Republic no more will have a place to go to. And they're discussing that at the moment. And that's what Hugo Damask, he was the leader of the separatist movement. He is the leader. He's also the dude that pretty much bankrolls a lot of the separatist stuff, because he's this really rich mun, a tall dude with a respirator to help him breathe, who is he is a recluse. That's the funny thing. He's a recluse, kind of like a Howard Hughes type.
You said a month.
A mun, yes. Let me see if I can find the picture of a mun to show you.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I know. Like for example, Plagueis.
Yes. In fact,
Yes.
if you know who Plagueis is,
Oh
Hugo
shit!
Damask is
yes.
is him.
Yeah, that's why I was like
Tuesday.
a mun. You say
Yes, Hugo Damask, the
a
mun.
recluse
He's a big time recluse, and he just
with a respirator, as though he's
Yes.
keeping himself alive somehow.
yes, you got it.
This will totally not bite us in the butt.
Oh yeah,
No, not at all.
not one bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he is, like I said, he's one of the big leaders of the separatist movement and making it work and all that. And like I said, Dooku and his attempts at reform is the spiritual leader of the reform movement, which is also the spiritual leader of what ended up becoming the separatist movement. He's their spiritual leader. He's their spirit animal, in other words.
Yep.
Just trying to keep things going, he's still trying to reform the Republic, but saying that, if people want to leave the Republic, they need a place to go to. And if they're going to have a place to go to, we got to make sure that place isn't as corrupt as what they're leaving. That's his statements on it. And he's actually got support in the Senate, ironically, for this concept. But the Senate right now, it's chaos, because you've got like 3 or 4 main factions. You've got the reformers who are pro-republic that exist. Then you've got anti-reformers who are pro-republic. You've got those that are pro-republic but support the idea of the separatists being allowed to just leave and go away, go and make their own government. And then you got the 4th faction, is basically the people who are like, fuck all y'all, we want to take our ball and go home. Faction, i.e. separatist faction. But they're referred to as a separatist coalition at the moment. They're just wanting permission to peacefully leave the Galactic Republic. And of course, nothing that they're doing is getting anywhere. And through all this, Palpatine's trying to keep the peace, trying to get people to calm down, work together. He's publicly saying that he's not supportive of the Military Creation Act. He's, like I said, he's trying to use Dooku as a way of being the bridge between the Republic and the Separatists, to try to keep everybody together and not see everything blow up in everybody's face, that sort of deal. That's where he's at. That's where everything is at there. But that's the situation where the politics is at. all that info that you guys have got. Now you go back to the ship. You're doing your deal. Originally, I was going to put a gunfight here, but I think we'll hold off on that because that would end up taking a long time.
Bummer.
Would it?
Yeah, pretty much so.
At least we'll start next session with one hell of a kick.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
We will start the next session right after you guys leave the nightclub to go to the ship. So the milk run is getting turned. We'll go from a milk run to a spoiled milk run.
Uh-oh.
Instead of getting milk,
Spilled
we got a pack of
Spilled milk.
cigarettes.
We
Yeah.
buying
Someone spilled the
scratches.
milk.
Oh, but yes, that's where we will pick up on our next game. Do you guys want to do it next Saturday, or do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
next Saturday, please.
Yeah, I'm looking
I
at
think
Saturday.
so. Saturday. Let me see. What's the date
I
next?
might be iffy on that Saturday.
Skill issue.
Yeah, I mean, like I might have. Well, as long as it's. I mean, if it's in the afternoon, it's possible.
Yes, we'll probably be doing it in the afternoon again. That way, everybody
Yeah.
can make it.
Exactly.
Because if we can have a set date and a day and time to be able to game, and we can do it all at the same time, or
Yeah.
within that same category, because I'd like to keep the game between 2 to 3 hours.
So Saturday's a day that sometimes works for me, sometimes doesn't work for me. I mean, it's the weekend. It just depends upon what's going on.
Well,
I think next Saturday does work though.
all right. Well, on Fridays, we're going to use the Discord to communicate. That way, I know if you can make it, let me know. If you can't make it, definitely let me know. That way, we don't
for
halt
Friday?
the game
For Saturday, you mean?
for Saturday games. Yes.
So we'll talk Friday to confirm for Saturday.
Yes.
That
Okay.
way, if you can't make it, that way I can figure out a way of either working your character into doing something that's not directly involved with what's the.
If
that
I'm ever
session's
not
gonna
here
be.
on a session, just say my character's being harassed by the 2 robots on the ship into being forced into repairing some dumb shit.
And maybe make some repair checks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. That's why I need to know it ahead of time. It'd be like for Theta Zord and Ian, whenever they can't make it, they're off doing some other Jedi business to go to their trials. Just like if Monet can't make it, that's what they're going to be doing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be looking for information on my clan or something. I don't know.
How would you
Exactly.
play my character being absent? Ship maintenance.
Actually,
That's
I'd
my
probably end
job.
up having to run your character so they would be piloting the ship.
True. I mean,
As for
hell,
mine,
August is
searching for
normally
the
quiet.
next crystals to acquire.
Exactly, boys and girls. Exactly. That way we can keep the game going. Even if I've only got 2 players, we will go. That way we can get the campaign started and keep it going. I'll let you guys know when it's time to add a level. Since I'm not just throwing around XP, I'm going to actually say everybody gets to add a level today.
I
Sort
would
of
need
thing.
that anyway.
So it's a milestone leveling system.
Yes.
Yeah.
More than likely, everybody will go up a level every other session.
Nice.
Gotcha.
All depends on how much we do. If we do a buttload of like combat or something in a session, yeah, you might end up jumping a level in that session. It all depends on is there a lot of character development? Is there a lot of action and adventure? Did you have fun?
Yes.
That because all of this stuff is how I give XP to go up a level.
I think it was plenty
fun
of fun
is
on the milk run,
mandatory.
honestly.
If I run games, I usually do leveling on like a milestone system.
Yeah. For me, only times I
I run
actually use
campaigns like they're Souls-like games.
yeah.
I mean, I'll need a little bit of help because like all I've got what you've texted to me, for that. I mean, if you just want to like update the things.
Sure, I can do that. I'll be sending everybody their character sheets as a text file or a real text file. That way you can actually have a character sheet separate from what's in the direct messages. I'm working on seeing if I can find artwork for everybody's character to go with their characters.
I got artwork. I got
I
it's
sent
literally my profile picture.
I sent you artwork.
Yes,
I sent you all my artwork.
I could
Because-
send you.
because
mine.
what I'm thinking about doing is
Okay.
making a character portfolio for everybody so they can have it
Oh, actually,
and be able to modify their characters as they go and add stuff to their character sheets and so on. Since I use the character generator, the old D20 character generator that came out back in the aughts. The only reason why it didn't get to go further was the fact that Lucas Arts, the part that deals with the computer stuff, got upset that the fans created a character generator for the role playing game and forced it to get shut down. Even though it was for free, they shut it down. But it was a good program.
make this game to be easy.
Well, no, it was the fact that they were upset because
What
it
the
was a
fuck?
digital electronic program.
You're
And
not gonna believe what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at one of my friends' statuses on Discord.
yeah,
Guess how many hours they have on Minecraft?
1 million.
No, 93 hours.
Oh wow.
They've been
Wow.
playing Minecraft for 93 hours straight.
Oh,
wow.
great! Which means they've gone to bed with it running.
Probably.
In any case,
All right, we're gonna go ahead and end the session.
Oh,
I hope
I can
everybody
see.
had fun. I hope the people who are
Yes,
watching
yes.
had
Yes.
fun. Like I tell everybody at the end of these streams, share the things that you love, guys, because that's why we're passionate about these things. It's because we love them. We want to protect them, and we love sharing them with others, because when you share the things that you love, you're sharing the love with everybody.
Yes,
So-
yes, nice speech. I'm very sleepy. Goodbye. Love you, Dad. Bye.
Love you, son. So everybody have fun, and don't pass up the chance to tell somebody you love them, because you never know, it might be the last time you get to say something to them. So I love you all. Have a very blessed evening and have wonderful dreams. Bye,
Bye.
y'all.
For the Republic.